Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A day of severe weather coming to an end across southeast Michigan. It was a day full of thunderstorms, torrential rain, and flooding. It even led to a ground stop at DTW earlier tonight.
Macomb County has seen some of the worst of it, with the National Weather Service confirming a tornado touchdown in that area this afternoon. A viewer sending us this video showing what appears to be a vortex forming.
We saw 2 rounds of storms. The first moved in this afternoon and caused flooding in several communities.
Yeah, the second moved over Metro Detroit this evening. All counties were issued severe thunderstorm warnings at some point. All of those have since expired. All right, so let's now get over to 4-1 meteorologist Kim Adams, who tracked that line of storms all night on Local 4 Plus. All right, Kim, so are we officially out of the woods yet?
We are. As far as severe weather goes, wind, hail, tornadoes, all off the table. What's not off the table, though, is flooding. We still have flooding, and it's a problem around Metro Detroit, not just on the freeways, but especially on some of those secondary roads. And Macomb County seems to have gotten the brunt of the flooding issues right now, right around Chesterfield, where they had as much as 5 inches of rain earlier, and then we've added to it tonight. But it's still raining, and you might even hear just a brief rumble of thunder, although I do have lightning detector on and we're not picking up any strikes. But there are still some pockets of some fairly heavy rain. So if you work a second shift, the secondary roads are definitely flooded, and I know it's so tempting to, not want to go around it and go out of your way by 15-20 minutes and just try to go through it, but not the night to do it, because more than likely your car will get stuck or even swept away. As again, we've had a lot of rain, a lot of water, and when it's night, you just can't tell how deep it is. So that's going to be the issue tonight. Hopefully it will recede enough by the morning commute, but I'd still set your alarm maybe a few minutes early just in case. Still a few sprinkles tomorrow morning, but really our big shift is going to be from rain to temperatures as we get into the mid to upper 90s with heat indices over 100, and not just for a day or two. We're talking a long stretch, so considered a heat wave here in Metro Detroit. Haven't seen one for quite some time, certainly not like this, and we'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Kim. Let's get a closer look right now at how residents are faring on the ground. We've received calls of downed trees, downed power lines, and flooding across several communities.
Our Victor Williams is at a mobile home community in Macomb County speaking to neighbors there. Victor, I hear they were dealing with water up to their knees.
Yes, that's totally right, Kimberly and Damon, and we'll get back to that in a minute. As this rain starts to fall, it certainly seems like Macomb County was in the middle of all of this severe weather. You can tell from this tree right here that's just split right down the middle with a branch that's going all the way through. But even still, people are so happy that they were able to make it through the day.
She called me and she said, we got damage.
A short but serious storm leaves its mark on Macomb County, with multiple trees knocked down in Fraser.
I got home just after it all happened. I pulled in the driveway and saw the branches in the front yard. I thought, okay, well, that's not that bad. And then I looked in the backyard. And there's a lot of trees down, but nothing hit the house or the garage.
Now the cleanup process is beginning for Bobby and Joe Parisi.
I got to find out
well, I got one good friend.
Insurance companies,
if they
pay for any of these trees. I mean, I've been in Fraser since I was 17. This is 50 years.
Wow.
Never have we had this.
Just a little over 8 miles away from Fraser and Harrison Township, the heavy rain led to this mobile home complex once again being underwater, with some having to resort to having to use kayaks to maneuver around the neighborhood.
Honestly, I'm waiting to float away.
We even spoke to one man over the phone because he couldn't even step out of his home.
No, I'm not walking out there now. Honestly, every time it rains hard, we have our corner flooded, and it's never been this bad.
But thankfully, in the long run, at least no one was hurt.
We survived, so that's the most important thing in this.
We also know that power was knocked out for a lot of people, but at least where we're standing right now, it does appear that power has been restored, but we know there's several others still in the dark. The message coming from DTE right now is to just be patient. Live tonight in Macomb County, Victor Williams. Yeah. Local 4.
Go ahead and get out of the rain, Victor. We appreciate your report tonight. And let's get a live look right now at DTW. A ground stop has been lifted there But there are dozens of flight delays now in place, we're told. According to FlightAware, the average delay right now is more than 1 hour. We're also told all inbound flights were held at their origin airport until 10:35 tonight.
All right, so let's get a check at those power outage numbers right now. DTE is reporting over 16,000 of its customers are without power.
Over at Consumers Energy, about 10,000 of its customers are without power. Most of these outages are only impacting a handful of residents at a time, so we haven't seen any widespread outages for any provider, so that's certainly good news.
Yeah, in the meantime, the Great Lakes Water Authority is warning residents about possible flooding tonight. The National Weather Service is predicting between 2 and 4 inches of rain by the time the storm system moves out of town. Now, if you live in low-lying areas that are known to flood, GLEWA says to stay alert and remove items of value from your basements.
And we to our wonderful viewers who've helped us bring minute-by-minute updates on these storms. Here are some videos sent in tonight showing just how much rain we've seen come down tonight. We also got this video from Mount Clemens to show another angle of that funnel cloud that formed earlier today. And if you do have storm damage over the next 24 hours, we want to hear from you. So snap the QR code. It will take you to our help desk. It's totally free to use, and we'll put you in contact with us. We've also posted a link right on the homepage of clickondetroit.com. 2 teenagers are recovering tonight after they smashed their jet skis into one another on Walled Lake. First responders were called to Mercer Beach about 6:30. When our camera crew got there, they found 2 jet skis heavily damaged. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says the 2 teens were thrown from the watercraft, but they are doing okay. Police say they will release more information in the coming days. Monroe County is attempting to heal tonight in the wake of 2 separate murder-suicides in the past several days. The county sheriff sharing today the first, which happened in Bedford Township, involving a 17-year-old girl who was shot and killed by a 33-year-old man.
Yeah, that shooter has now been identified as Ryan Leist, who served as a bowling coach at the high school the victim attended. Now to yesterday's incident in Raisinville Township. The sheriff confirms the victims in that case were 2 16-year-olds. Detectives say the pair was dating, and notes left in the suspect's car said he'd planned to take both of their lives. And we also have details on a 3rd murder-suicide, this one out of Detroit's west side. Police say a man shot and killed his girlfriend late last night before turning the gun on himself. It happened at a home on Shaftesbury Avenue, a few blocks west of the Southfield Freeway. Now, here we're told 2 of the victim's children were inside the home at the time of that shooting. Police say also that no one in the home heard any argument prior to the shooting. Now, this investigation is ongoing.
A new report doesn't reflect well on UAW President Shawn Fain's leadership. A 93-page report conducted by a court-appointed monitor takes concern with Fain's move to remove Secretary-Treasurer Margaret Mock. Fain accused Mock of weaponizing financial policies. However, the report shows Mock prioritized followed the rules and maintained financial integrity. For now, the monitor has deferred bringing formal charges in order to investigate additional allegations involving Fain's office.
Washtenaw County officials are responding tonight after a family of beavers at Leslie Park Golf Course were euthanized, sparking outrage among animal advocates. Now, officials cited concerns about potential flooding and infrastructure damage as key factors in their decision. They also stated there was no viable option for relocating the beaver. The county is now using conibear traps to control the beaver population. The traps are designed to trap and kill an animal with a forceful impact. Now, the county is saying tonight, quote, "We have reached out to the Humane Society of Huron Valley and await their assistance in finding better approach. We welcome any input that will result in a more humane and legally viable solution." And tonight we want to share with you a message WDIV General Manager Bob Ellis sent out to our staff earlier this evening. He wrote, "We here at Local 4 have been made aware of an external investigation regarding Hank Winchester. As of this time, he has been placed on administrative leave. While the investigation is ongoing, we won't make any further comments."